By now, you've heard about the Iowa caucus, the Minnesota caucus, the Nevada caucus. But what about the motorcycle caucus, the Mississippi River caucus, or the flower caucus? We'll talk about caucuses in Congress on this edition of Tune In.
Hi, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Here's your host, Representative Rick Crawford.
Hey, folks. Welcome back to Tune In. I am your host and your representative, Rick Crawford. My pleasure to be with you today. And we've been hearing a lot about caucuses because it's a presidential year. But what you may not know is the number of caucuses that exist here in Congress. Are you interested in bourbon, for example? There's a caucus for that. Are you worried about national security and space? There's a caucus for that. Are you a Dale Earnhardt fan? Believe it or not, there is a caucus for that. It's not called the Dale Earnhardt Caucus per se, but it's called the Automotive Performance and Motorsports Caucus. And so Dale Earnhardt fans would certainly fit in that category, I'm sure, if they were passionate about Dale Earnhardt or other NASCAR drivers. The largest caucuses that we talk about, though, are the ones that you know the most about, and those are the two political parties, Democrat caucus and the Republican caucus, which are really conferences. We refer to ours as the Republican Conference. The Democrats call theirs the Democratic Caucus, and they reflect essentially the makeup of the political parties up here. But there are literally hundreds of caucuses. In fact, you know there are 435 members of Congress. There are more caucuses than there are members of Congress. So the odds are that you're a member of at least one, but maybe dozens of caucuses that you belong to if you're a member of Congress. Some of them are very active and they have a legislative agenda. They meet regularly. And I'll give you an example is the Congressional Black Caucus. They are one of the most active and legislatively oriented caucuses up here. Other caucuses are basically, they just exist in name only, that sort of identify individuals that are supportive of a particular issue or a geography or something like that, and they don't meet very, very frequently, if at all. But they often sort of, members of a given caucus may coalesce around a particular idea, and that's why they're on that caucus. It sort of helps them identify like-minded individuals that they can work with toward a specific goal. And I'm going to talk about my experience with caucuses. And when I first came to Congress, I wanted to be involved in caucuses that were reflective of the interests of the 1st District, the people that I represent. So I first set about co-founding the Rice Caucus for obvious reasons and the Chicken Caucus. And people said, well, you're crazy. Chicken Caucus, what's that about? Well, let me tell you that the issues relative to poultry production, we need sort of a group of folks that are kind of together on those issues. And so got involved with the Chicken Caucus. I co-founded that. And so that helps us sort of better work on these chicken industry issues, in which Arkansas is number 2 in broiler production. So that's pretty important. But I'm also a member of the Rural Broadband Caucus. Now, we all know in rural America that broadband access is a very big issue. It's certainly a game changer for folks who want to, for example, if you wanted to work from home, or if you're a homeschooler, or any number of reasons why you want to participate in a broader economy. Well, rural broadband can help you do that. And so we've had some success with that. We've had some schools that have been able to expand their broadband access as a result of some of the things that we do up here and the partnerships that we've formed on that score. So that's important to us. Many of you have heard me refer to the 1st District of Arkansas as the East Coast of Arkansas, because I have more Mississippi River frontage than any other member of Congress in Washington. So every one of our Delta counties not every one of the Delta counties, but most of the Delta counties touch the Mississippi River. So I'm a member of the Mississippi River Caucus. One of the things that's very, very important to the 1st District of Arkansas is steel. In fact, steel production, Mississippi County is just about to be number 1 in steel production in the United States, the single biggest steel producing county in the United States. So it's important that we talk about steel and why I'm involved in the Steel Caucus. But I also co-chair some other caucuses that are of personal interest to me. As you know, I'm a former rodeo cowboy, so guess what? Started the Rodeo Caucus, and there are a whole lot of folks in states where rodeo is important. And believe it or not, every now and then there is an issue that pops up that requires our attention. But for the most part, it's just a lot of folks that like to talk about rodeo and be involved on that. The other one that I'm very passionate about that you may know as a former Army EOD tech, that's a bomb technician, explosive ordnance disposal. I started the EOD caucus, and that continues to be a very big part of what I do up here to advocate for our men and women in the military who do a very dangerous job and under some very, very difficult circumstances. And they really don't have much representation, if any, up here. And so I and some others have gotten together to try and give them a little bit of strength in giving them a seat at the table. If you've got an idea for a congressional caucus that you think would be good to help serve the citizens of the 1st District of Arkansas, let us know about it. We want to hear from you. Just tweet your comments to us at TuneInAR1 as always. And of course, you can comment and give us your suggestions on our YouTube channel. You can find us on Facebook, and you'll see this video available on Facebook. Email my office with your suggestions. You can visit our website and do that. So there's all kinds of ways you can get in touch with me and ways that you can be involved in helping to represent the 1st District of Arkansas. It's a team effort. We appreciate you. Here's a look at my votes for the week, and that's going to do it for Tune In this week. Till next time, have a good one.